Good morning and a happy new year. Welcome to a morning update on Monday, the 4th of January. Okay, let's have a look at the euro dollar first, and as we do so, we'll notice it's had quite a move over the Asian session. There's been quite a lot going on. We've, of course, got the Middle East tensions going on between Iran and Saudi. We've also got figures coming out from China last night, which was through the Asian session, should I say. Disappointment performance in the manufacturing sector again. We've got a lot of PMI manufacturing figures coming out this morning. We've got European figures sliding out between 8:15, 9 o'clock, and then at 9:30 we've got the UK figures. The UK figures normally have the biggest effect in terms of movement. The smaller but the individual European figures tend to have little effect. They have a much smaller effect in general, so I'm not expecting major moves from those, but we may see the German figure comes out at 8:55 and the French at 8:50, so we may see a bit of reaction around those two times, but they're pretty low numbers relatively, or low value numbers, should I say, in terms of moves, generally anyway. So 9:30 is the bigger number coming out today, and then the US manufacturing figure at 3 o'clock. Now, it's the disappointing Chinese ones that have created a bit of stir in the markets through the Asian session. So let's have a look through these markets. So euro on a bit of a rally, didn't quite on my. So let's just check on the. Let's see where we are now. It missed it on there as well. I was just looking at the composite currencies to see if we caught the monthly pivot. It was just a fraction away from that, but it's gone straight up to its weekly pivot here, and looking relatively bullishish. If it breaks that 50 MA, perhaps we could see a continuation up to the daily R1 and maybe a bit further. It's already had such a big move, it doesn't make for a good day of trading for me on the euro. Cable, well, we've still got some possibilities here. It's been hit the S1 here. It's not really moved too far. It could shove up in a short while and push on through. We've got the 21 sitting above us here. Could just push into those, and maybe the daily pivot. And we've got the weekly pivot above, so there are some targets here. It's actually going before I've even got a chance to do too much about it here. So that's blown that one for me this morning so far, unless it just has an effect on these 21 moving averages and gives me an opportunity to play the pivots afterwards. But looks like it may be off to the races here. I've got a bit oversold through the sessions there, but anyway, pushing on up at the moment, and it's got potential, let's say, daily and weekly pivots above us, 50 MA, maybe even the R1. Okay, dollar yen. Big move down here, strengthening of the Aussie dollar, Aussie dollar, the yen, Japanese yen even. Just running down towards its S1 at the moment. Strong move down. It's got quite a few things above. It's already gone through the weekly pivots, daily pivots being hit. Looks like it could go down to that daily S1, but again, big moves. We may get some opportunities later, but when it's done these big moves first thing in the morning, it doesn't really set me up with lots of happiness, because I like the big moves in our session, not the Asian session. Aussie dollar, well, we've seen a bit of a reversal at the moment. The daily at the moment is showing us this sort of reversal pattern going on at the moment. We had an indecision sort of day on the 31st. Since then, it's pretty much sold off through the monthly pivot straight away. Already down to the daily S3 pivot. It could. I mean, it's not divergence. I was looking to see if there's a bit of divergence. Maybe not divergence off there, but it could bounce off this pivot a little bit if we see any reversal come in. There's a possibility it could pull back in. Hasn't actually caught its daily pivot. It was pretty close to it on the 11 o'clock pivot from the beginning of the Asian session trading there, but never got quite into it. But it's as good as a kiss, really. Canadian dollar, Well, we'd have expected this to be showing a bit of a strengthening move, bearing in mind well, you should actually bring in oil first, and we've seen earlier on we'd seen a rally in oil that's pulled off a bit now and is coming back down. But there was a rally in oil. Perhaps it's explaining why Canadian dollar's now moving back as it is, rallying back upwards there. Up towards on the dailies here, I've got that just above 1.4. That was the previous resistance point. It is pushing up towards that area at the moment out of this consolidation. It gained so much movement through the Asian session. I don't know, perhaps we may find a bit of resistance into these prior highs here. It's already into its daily R2 sort of zone. It may just pull back a little bit from these levels, but it's a pretty mixed bag in terms of what we're looking at through these markets. We've seeing as well. The pound's now just moved up there, so it's a bit of a mixed bag in a sense. We've seen some of the currencies strengthen and against the US dollar, and some pulling away. So probably obvious that the Aussie dollar it really affects the Aussie dollar when the Chinese data comes out weak. So that makes sense there. Probably also Canadian dollar sort of weak from the commodities sector. Okay, not a lot else to say. As I said, manufacturing figures out today, and that's all that's coming out in terms of major numbers. So it's 9:30 for the UK figures and 3 o'clock this afternoon for the US. That's it for me. Have a great day, and as I said earlier on, have a very happy New Year. Bye for now.